I am Miguel. The compassionate people of Costa Rica celebrate the divine nature within you. Welcome to Mysterious UFOs, the Phenomenon. UFOs, or unidentified flying objects, also known as flying saucers or flying discs, were widely reported in the 1940s and 1950s and attracted intense interest. However, various studies have concluded that the phenomenon is not worthy of scientific pursuit, and the topic even gets ridiculed by the media and members of the public. In our presentation today, we'll take a look at how the 2020 documentary The Phenomenon challenges the public's perception of UFOs with never-before-seen footage and extensive interviews with eyewitnesses, experts, government officials, and high-ranking members of the military.
There are cases that are not explainable in conventional terms.
That have been made by credible observers of relatively incredible things.
When we got right up to it, it lit up.
Was this a warning? Was this an attempt to communicate?
Felt scared. I was running and playing, and then I saw this maroon color in the sky.
It was not anything from this earth.
He was looking at all of us.
Among the numerous compelling sightings featured in this documentary are the encounter experiences reported by astronaut Gordon Cooper while training in Germany and Air Force Colonel William Coleman in Alabama, USA. In northwestern USA, airline pilot Captain E.J. Smith jokes about aviator Kenneth Arnold's reported sighting until he too becomes a witness a few weeks later. Evelyn Trent from Oregon, USA sees a UFO in her garden on May 11th, 1950 and alerts her husband Paul, who takes 2 photographs. Named the McMinnville UFO, it becomes a global sensation and the photos are published in newspapers across the nation.
I looked up and saw this thing in the sky. Well, it was bronze on the top and silver on the bottom. I would say right around the size of a big parachute, maybe a little bit bigger.
When she caught a glimpse of this strange object, she yelled for her husband Paul to bring the camera.
And he took the picture of it as it was straight and then as it tipped. And just, it really went. It went fast.
Then in July 1952, a group of UFOs are spotted 3 times over the Chesapeake Bay and Washington, D.C. area of the USA, dancing through the restricted airspace and disappearing quickly when interception is attempted.
One of the pilots reported that he did see a group of lights and he flew towards them and they appeared to be all around him. Then they moved off according to the ground radar and his report.
In 1964, police officer Lonnie Zamora in Socorro, New Mexico, USA, not only sees a big white object sitting in the arroyo, but also 2 small figures walking around the craft dressed in white overalls. Lonnie gets out of his car just 50 feet or 15 meters from the UFO. One of the 2 figures looks straight at him before they fly away. Lonnie can feel the heat. Video footage taken shortly after show 2 sets of footprints.
Maybe they're trying to communicate.
They were reaching out to us.
There is an immense array of unanswered questions and an urgent need to get to the bottom of it.
The public has a right to know.
My gosh, look at that thing.
The question is no longer if they are here, But why?
What are they doing? What do they want from us? What are their motivations?
For over 75 years, there have been sightings in the sky.
The UFO shut down several missile silos in Montana.
Thousands of witnesses worldwide.
It had to be a data collection. I'm sure they scanned the warhead.
Just kind of hovering there. It never changed its longitudinal axis. And then it goes poof and it takes off the side.
And high-level cover-ups.
The government was covering up what happened at Roswell.
Hiding these dark secrets. I was told there wasn't anything there when I knew there was.
Loving viewers, let's send friendly thoughts to the other life forms in the immense cosmos. We'll be right back here on Supreme Master Television. By 1966, people are so eager to know the truth that the U.S. Air Force commissioned an outside panel of scientists to analyze selected cases. Unfortunately, the research project is dropped after 2 years. Years later, Dr. Jacques Vallée, having traveled all over the world, meeting with eyewitnesses of UFOs and gathering evidence, finally creates the first UFO database. The phenomenon is now taken much more seriously, and a highly secret project begins unknown to all but a select few. It was recently revealed that UFOs visited high-security military bases in the US and Ukraine decades ago, and have shown the ability to manipulate and disarm nuclear weapons. In all cases reported, it seems UFOs hold no hostility towards us. A more recent event in 1994, believed to be the most significant close encounter in modern history, occurred at the aerial school in Ruwa, Zimbabwe. The children watched as more than one big UFO flew past slowly and landed just beyond the far edge of their playground. They saw small figures in black with big eyes. When interviewed by Harvard psychiatrist Dr. John Mack, the children said they felt these visitors were trying to communicate with them. One child told Dr. Mack how during the encounter experience, thoughts came to her that we are harming our world. Too many trees have been cut down, and eventually there will be no air and people will die. 20 years later, all the children, now adults, can still remember the incident vividly and confirm again that these beings are trying to reach out to us and tell us something about our environment and technology through telepathic communication.
People need to know there is something else out there.
Yes, there had been visitation, crashed craft, material recovered.
Shouldn't we be spending some money to study all these phenomena?
They were trying to communicate, trying to tell us something.
Now it's time to tell people about it. These things are real. They're here. This is happening now.
In 2010, Supreme Master Ching Hai answered a question about UFOs.
Lately, there seems to be many more UFO sightings. Is there a reason why they seem to be more prevalent in some countries than others? Do the aliens have a reason to choose these countries over others?
Yes. Recently, our planet is in trouble, you see, in danger, in urgency. So they always come to try to give the blessing or to avert some disaster, whatever they can, you see. Be it comet or earthquake or typhoon, without their intervention, we would have been done for, okay?
Yes, Master.
And some may be there in those different countries because maybe those countries needed to see them more to believe that they exist. Or they needed more help in those countries.
Yes,
okay?
I understand.
Those country people are more receptive. more easy to accept their presence. And now they come more because they have been spreading their information of their presence all over the places. So they dare to come a little bit more. Before they would not dare. So they come before a little bit here and there to spread out that information.
Yes,
and now they feel they could come more now. Also because of the urgencies of our planet. Okay?
Yes.
Because now it's safer for them to let us see them. Also now we are more accepting of their presence due to information about UFOs on the internet, in books, and government help to release many of the UFO facts. So the people are more open now to their existence. So they feel more easy to come to help us in any way they can. Yes? Right.
Yes.
They love us, no end. They love us, no end. They wish that we also as developed and as knowledgeable about moral standards like they are. They try to help as many ways that they can. They help us much. We have to thank them also. With their technology, they help us to avert as many disasters as they can. Even individually, they help to rescue many people who doesn't even know that they're rescued because they're unconditional. Without their intervention, we would have gone. The planet gone, people gone, all gone.
Wow.
They're trying to help us so that we can hang on in there so that we may wake up and help ourselves.